Wonders and Berekum, but they need to start with this one to pick this 3 points and move them to 41 points. While they're also looking at their shoulder, they know that they are contending with Vision, they are contending with Suedo All Black, they are contending with Nation, so they need to pick the valuable point. For Medeama, they know that for you to be champions, you need to continue your wonderful exploit. Their away performances over the last 5 games have not resulted in even a win, 3 draws, and 2 losses against Nation, against Dream they lost. Then Summertex, they drew against Summertex, we had Berekum together, where they also drew there, and All Blacks, they drew there. So for them, they need to make sure that at least they win or end a draw, knowing very well that Gold Stars is pushing hard. They will try as much as possible to beat Summertex. Then Gold Stars, if they fail to win here, Gold Stars will narrow the point to 2, and then hope that as Medeama go and play Baseke or House of Folk, I mean, the unfortunate development of them losing a game are happening. So they're all to play for the 2 teams. The complexities in this game is very, very crucial, very, very important for both teams.
Okay, so there you have Ed Jeffrey Asari with his opening remarks there. Let's get the full complement of the fixtures coming up in March the 30th. We know that the likes of BBN Gold Stars are all playing their games in there, and it's going to be an interesting one. Jeff, I mean, we know that Gold Stars themselves will be playing a big, big game against Summertex. Yeah. It's an important one for them.
Very crucial, and you know, I mean, previously Gold Stars were dominant, but in recent time, Summertex has turned the scale, so this is a big end. You remember, Summertex after being at San Nicolas went home and won, so they are on a very positive ride. They won 2 games back to back. Summertex want to make sure that they continue that ride with them, so it's not going to be an easy game for them. But for the fact that they want to make sure they're in the picture of pushing Medeama and see whether there's a possibility for them to nick the league, so they will also make sure that whatever the case may be, their players will push and get the 3 points today. To continue to put the pressure on Medeama. So
there could be pressure on Medeama should Gold Stars go on and win their games. There are some very, very interesting games. Suedo All Blacks, for instance, would also be at home and will be playing against 11 Wonders, who have already been relegated in there. So as we know, the fixtures are in. It's the top against the bottom. That is how it looks like.
The dynamics of the bottom is so complex. Vision is playing Young Apostles. Now, that is a difficult game. Young Apostles themselves are 36 points. Young Apostles need to pick that point. You understand me? Vision have another away game against Nations. Nations themselves are struggling. Nations are in Lions today, playing again out of Lions. Nations have to play against Karela away. Nations have to play against Young Apostles. So Nations have only one game against Vision at home. So the dynamics there is serious. Vision themselves have only 2 home games against Adriana Stars, against Karela. And they have 2 away games. They are playing one today against Young Apostles, and one that they will play in the following week against Nation. So the dynamics there. All Blacks have 11 Wonders today. They have Berekum to play next. Now they have 2 difficult away games. So when they win and they come to 44, but assuming they win the 2 games, they'll go against Kotoko away, go against Karela away. So Mutala, the dynamics and the complex nature of the outcome of the games at the bottom is looking interesting. Who is the other candidate that would join Hohoi and 11 Wonders? It's going to be very interesting. Is to go to the wire.
Hohoi 11 Wonders already down. Berekum Chelsea also finding themselves in the drop zone. So this is really an important game for them. A game that they need to pick 3 points at all costs to move further away from the relegation zone. The likes of Vision, Young Apostles are all hovering around that area. There you have it. Vision sitting 15th with the Young Apostles now 16th in the Berekum Chelsea. They also have gained 3 points against Hohoi, so, at least they are above the relegation zone. Yes. As it stands, should they win today, they will go on about 41 points. That would be big for them. But they are coming up against a team that needs the points to also win the league. Between the two, who do you think needs the points more?
Well, it will be Chelsea because first of all, they need to pay a tribute to Dominic Frimpong, one of their brilliant players that they had on loan from Adriana Stars. And then secondly, they are, as we speak now, they are battling relegation. And if they lose this game, nobody knows the psychology in which and the mentality that they'll go into the game against Dreams FC, against 11 Wonders, and against Berekum. So for them, they need to win this. They need to put a smile on the face of their demised player and their fans. So for them, they need it most. Medeama also need it because they need to continue to cushion themselves and make sure that they retain the top spot without any blemish. Having said that, they know that there's a team called Gold Stars who are chasing them, try to make sure things are difficult for them. So they also need to put in, at least if for nothing at all, they know that if they end a draw, assuming Gold Stars win against Samatex, they end a draw, they have 3 points cushion, as 3-point gap between them. You understand me? So they can win against Hasbrook, win against Baseke. Those are going to be a very difficult game. They have had Alliance at home, that will be 3 points dry. So it is very, very difficult for Medeama also in this game, and also very dicey for Berekum Chelsea.
So Berekum Chelsea are here at the Golden City Park. Former Santa Kotoko midfielder Samuel Tenedu in there, and he would actually be starting this game for Berekum Chelsea, who are in dire need of the 3 points, are very determined to win this one and dedicate the victory to Dominic Frimpong. Chelsea have not been in action ever since that painful demise, that tragic loss they suffered when the Abbas was attacked when they were moving from Samra Boy back to Berekum. It's going to be an interesting one. Samuel Boadu, formerly of Heart of Oak, he is a Ghana Premier League winner and understands what it means to win games that come with pressure. There you have their dressing room, just as neatly arranged, and the players know what time it is. They know how important this game is for them. And I spoke to a few fans here. They said that this could be the most important game of the season for them.
That is the most important game for Berekum Chelsea of the season because of the situations at stake. There is a game that if they are not able to pick anything from it, might lead to them be relegated, depending on what happens in subsequent game. There is a game that if they lose, it means that they've not paid a proper and befitting tribute to Dominic Frimpong. So for them, this should be a must win, or at least the West to pick something, a drawn game, not a lost game or losing of 3 points in this game. So for them, this is so crucial, this is so important. And you look at the determination of the players of Berekum when they came onto with a certain expression of determination written on their faces that, look, we want to get something out of this. And so it is very, very crucial for them. Coach Boadu is playing against his former team. Eric Oforiantwi is playing against his former team.
Yeah.
Those dynamics will also
Kevin
come to play.
Obin as well.
Yes, Kevin Obin also. So it's very, very interesting how it's going, but it's going to be very beautiful.
On
game.
your screens, it's Medeama and how they also made their way to the Berekum Golden City Park. They also understand the assignment. It is 3 points or nothing, with Gold Stars breathing down your neck, and Gold Stars are home to Samatex. Salim Adams, one of the most talked about players currently in the Ghana Premier League. Jeff, 11 goals, 8 assists. 1 assist, sorry, 8 MVPs. Salim Adams has really been one of the revelations of the season for Medeama.
No, I mean, look, he's one of the finest, I mean, the best midfielder we have in a country. Look, his intelligence, his vision, his creativity, his ability to tread passes with high level of precision, his understanding of the game, his awareness, his positional sense, and also his conversion of set pieces. I mean, it's incredible. It's good to have such wonderful players like we've had in the Premier League. It's good to have such players playing our local league and have the opportunity of being called up into the national team to play against the Mexico team. I mean, it's a mark of him playing so well. The call-up is just signing off his excellent performance during the season under review.
Of course, and he has been brilliant for Medeama, and he continues to bid his way into the Black Stars. Mind you, he has been called out by Carlos Quires for that team that would be facing Mexico on the 23rd of May in that international friendly, Ghana against Mexico. Salim Adams is one of the 6 local players who have gained call-up into Carlos Quires' team. But the board coaches are here at the stadium, and we've spoken to them. Samuel Boadu, the home coach, and of course Ibrahim Tanko, both have the same aim. Go out there, get the 3 points, and see where it lands you. Coach, it's match day 30. Now, first of all, it's been 3 weeks since the unfortunate incident happened to your team where Dominic Frimpong lost his life. How has the players been coping with this?
Yeah, thank you very much. It is very bad because they are traumatized and emotional trauma, but we need to talk to them and sack them because the league is still ongoing. So there's nothing that we can do unless they have to motivate themselves by the position that we are now.
35 points after 30 games. You are coming up against Medeama, who are also chasing the title. How important is this game to Berekum Chelsea?
Yeah, thank you. I know Medeama have a good team. They have a good coach, and then they are in a good position. And then look at us, where we are now is not good, but we will do our maximum best to win this game so that we can lift ourselves up from where we are now.
With 4 games to go, what is the plan for Berekum Chelsea to survive?
Yeah, the plan is to win all the matches so that we can come in a good position.
And would you say you are confident that this team will not go down?
Never again.
Coach, we wish you the very best.
Thank you very much.
Coach, is the rescheduled match day 30 here against Berekum Chelsea, a team that is battling to survive in the Ghana Premier League? How difficult is this fixture?
No, very difficult, like I said in the pre-match interview, because even though we are leading, and Berekum Chelsea is not a very bad side, and regardless of their position. So definitely it's not going to be easy, but we are here for 3 points.
4 matches to end the season. How are you taking the last 4 games?
No, I mean, like any other game, we have to concentrate more. Like I said, 4 very tough game until the end of season. And the boys are ready. We are all ready to fight to the last.
You've kept a core of the squad that played the last game. What informed that decision?
You know, I think we have 4 games to play, and most of them are injury. Most of them are not 100%. So definitely we have to rotate them, and we bring in Kingsley and Kevin Nkrumah and then Fojo and to replace the 2 strikers. So I think it's going to be very good for us.
Now you have just 1 home game to end the season. How big would a win here against Berekum Chelsea be?
I think every win is a win, either here or home. And like I said, we're going game by game, so we concentrate on today and then think about the next one.
Coach, we wish you the very best.
Thank you.
Both Ibrahim Tanko and Samuel Boadu are coming in for the win. For Tanko, it will better their chances of winning the Ghana Premier League. And for Boadu, it would actually pull them further away from the relegation zone. Line of the other 2 teams are ready for Berekum. Chelsea, for entry is in post for them. And they have Prince Anane, Benjamin Abeidu, Kofi Tenab, Oxborn, Mavin Owusu, Jonah Tukwe, Kennedy, Kofi Mensah. There's Michael Mensah, then Samuel Tinedu, formerly of Asante Kotoko, together with Abubakar and Augustine here. For Medeama, there's been a change to the lineup that started that last game where they won handsomely against Gold Stars. Felix Shea is in post with Mubarak Yusuf maintaining his position. Mano Mante, Derek Fojo comes in to start this one together with Kelvin Nkrumah. Kingsley Braye also starting. Fatau Sulemana, God knows Jack Pasu, Salim Adams, Ya Osei, and Mensah Jacob Amu starting. Very strong lineup from both sides. Let's start with the away side. There's been about 4 changes to the team that won against Kotoko and won against Gold Stars.
Well, I think clearly what you expect from Coach Tanko is that, look, he's coming to this grounds. What he's trying to do is play a lot of quick play. So you see Derek Fojo, we are playing from the right, Kevin Nkrumah on the left, Eya Kingsley Braye, who presses is very quick, who will be a bother to the defenders of Berekum Chelsea. And you realize in the midfield, you have Manuel Mante there, he has Salim, and then he has God knows Jakpasu. So the extension is very clear. Let's make sure that we put pressure on them to make it difficult. Benjamin Abedu is a player that overlapped from the left, but brilliant player, very experienced. So he's very much aware that Kofi Odum also like to do that. So he's making sure that he keeps tabs on them, make it difficult for them to make sure that there are a lot of foreign runs and crosses. But the problem with them is that without the ball, how will Derek and Kelvin fare? Because they don't fare well without the ball. So that'll be the disadvantage. When they have the ball, they are delight to what they create problem for you. They create panic in opponent defense. So that is the advantage and disadvantage of the front 3 that he's using today. You know, Abdul Salami play. He worked with all the ball.
Play is brilliant.
Yes, he's a very strong character, very bullish, and hold that play very well. He's intelligent with the ball, know when to pass, know when to hold that play.
Of
course, that's not the case.
Abdul Salam starting together with Kingsley Braye, so it means that they are going with the 2 top. But the players are ready in the tunnel and want to come out and do battle. It's Berekum Chelsea coming up against league leaders Medeama here at the Golden City Park. I hand you over to our team of commentators, Nana Dakwajesi and Josiah Okokwe. See you after the first 45 minutes.
Chelsea and league leaders Medeama Sporting Club. This Chelsea team is coming into this game from a rather traumatized position, having endured that tragic incident that saw Dominic Frimpong lose his life in that shooting incident during the robbery on their way from Samurai Boy to Berekum during the matchday 29 Ghana Premier League fixture. For Medeama, they want to win and consolidate their top spot on the log, having beaten Bibiani Gold Stars by 2-0 during the weekend. This is the first time Berekum Chelsea are playing in the Premier League in the last 2 weeks. It is a difficult situation for them. Samuel Boadu exchanging pleasantries with the members of his former employers. He worked at Medeama, and you can see him wearing a t-shirt with the image of Dominic Frimpong just to pay tribute to him. Players of Berekum Chelsea warmed up in t-shirts with the images of Dominic Frimpong. I'm sure this is a sight still in mourning, and they must have not recovered fully from that tragic incident that happened on their way from Samurai Boy to Berekum. That's Samuel Frimpong, Dominic Frimpong. May his soul continue to rest in peace. Once again, welcome to Berekum at the Golden City Park. My name is Nana Dakwa Jesse, together with Josiah Okokwe. We're your commentators for this game between Chelsea and Medeama. Chelsea are battling relegation, and Medeama have their eyes on the prize to win the GPL this season.
Good afternoon, Dr. JC. Like you right mentioned, a game of huge significance. Yeah, I think the objective is quite, common for both sides coming into this game. Medeama Sporting Club opening up a 5-point gap between themselves and Gold Stars, but then they need to win the remaining games in the GPL if they want to be crowned champions. But for Berekum Chelsea, they just lost one, of their players. They just lost a family member there, and there's a time for them to just kill two birds with a stone. They just need to win this one, to keep them in a very, very good position if they want to maintain or even retain their Premier League stakes. It's a difficult one for them, but then they have the fans right behind them here at the Golden City Park.
It's a make or break for Berekum Chelsea, sporting their yellow and blue jerseys, dominant yellow colors, and Medeama have turned up in their dominant mauve and yellow here at the Berekum Golden City Park. Familiar faces coming up against each other. Samuel Boadu once coached at Medeama. Benjamin Abedu once played for Medeama. Eric Oforienchi also once played for Medeama. All of them now in the fold of Berekum Chelsea ahead of this afternoon's kickoff. This is the Berekum Chelsea lineup. Unfortunately, there's no Dominic Frimpong, who started in their very last game against Samatex. There's Eric Oforienchi, Mensah at right back, Oxborn and Ewa, Abedu at left back, Atukwe Ihene, Tinedu and Anane, with Seidu and Owusu in a two-man attack for Berekum Chelsea. In that game they played against Samatex, there was Dominic Frimpong, who played in the position Marvin Owusu is occupying now. Then Seidu Faisal played at the expense of Ewa, Mensah. All of them not up in the team today, but unfortunately it is Dominic Frimpong who not in the team and not part of us today. Prince Anani will lead Berekum Chelsea this afternoon as Mubarak Yusuf captains Medeama and lead them into pre-match formalities. Medeama wins the toss. Yusuf gets to choose where Medeama will be playing from. Our referee for today is Dr. Imoro Osman. He's assisted on the lines by Tijani Mohammed and Ernest Akate. Maxwell Hansen is the fourth referee, and our match commissioner is Yakubu Awudu Zang. Samuel.
He has, there's so much pressure on him at this point. He's a league winner with Accra Hearts of Oak. He has a very, very huge resume as a coach. But the storyline is quite different. The narrative is different with a side like Berekum Chelsea, and he needs to win today if he wants to stay in the league.
Ibrahim Tanko has made a couple of changes to the team that beat Gold Stars 2-0 in Takwa. The backline remained the same with Sulemana, Yusuf, Amu and Osei. Fojo comes in to replace Fuzi. There's a place for Kingsley Braye ahead of Abdul Salam. And then Kelvin Nkrumah also steps in and Kelvin Nkrumah is taking the place of Kelvin Obin. What that means is that he decides to go with the wingers, unlike playing with two out-and-out strikers in the previous game against Bibiani Gold Stars at the TNA on Sunday.
Yeah, that's what you get where if you have squad in depth, you have quality on the bench, you can choose to tweak the system at every point in time, and you have the right personnel to match what you're playing. And that's what we are seeing. It's not a two-top, it's a typical 4-3-3 where you have Forjo and then Kelvin Nkrumah playing on either side of the wings, and then you have Kingsley Ibrahim who's just attacking through the middle.
Ibrahim Tanko has become, he's been very sober. Even when Medeama goes down, he has a way of trying to lift up his team to drive home the message that it is a 34-game run. Along the way, there could be ups and downs, but the family set their sights on the big prize to win their second Premier League title, Medeama Sporting Club. It's a big day for Samuel Boadu and his Chargers. A win for them will give them some hopes of surviving the top flight.
Yeah, it's the objective now. It's the objective now. They would still want to remain in the top flight. You can count a number of seasons they've been here. They've been league winners before. We've seen this team, you know, at some point parading the best players you have on the local scene. So standards have dropped, but then it would be so woeful. It would be so disappointing for them to go down. And the mission starts now.
Dr. Imoro Osman whistles for commencement of the game here at the Golden City Park. Tinedu with a long one in for Berekum Chelsea. And then he goes down from the challenge of Mubarak Yusuf. Very first foul of the afternoon, early in the game. Prince Anani, he's going to be the trouble causer. Mubarak Yusuf must beware of him. Tricky, intelligent, and very daring Anani.
And a bit more energetic as well. And you know, the good thing for Berekum Chelsea is the fact that they have the fans right behind them, and you can feel the atmosphere. It's a bit charged now. It's continued to fill to its brim because the fans are still trooping in. But then it was a good move by Chelsea down the left-hand side, and this could be a very, very good opportunity very early on in this game.
Chelsea have a free kick. Referee whistles. Free kick taken away by Felix Che. Augustin Hene with that hit. Mensah. Medeama under early pressure from Berekum Chelsea here at the Golden City Park.
It's just a sort of play that puts the fans on their feet. They are already up on their feet, expecting the first goal, just to unsettle the nerves of Medeama Sporting Club.
Corner for Chelsea, whipped in by Anani, is straight to Felix Che. No problems for the Medeama shot stopper.
No, not at all. That's not beating him. In the last 2 minutes, it's all been Berekum Chelsea. It was a lovely whip with a left foot, Bedu from the left side, and just he was expecting someone to get at the end of that. Again, that was just too long for anyone. Already, we've seen that wing play from Berekum Chelsea. We tried to use that side, especially knowing that the fullbacks of Medeama Sporting Club would love to bomb forward.
Here is Oxbourne for Chelsea. Sends a long one looking for Marvin Owusu. Also flick the ball to Abubakar. Amu Mensah with a foot up. Referee whistles for an infringement against Medeama Sporting Club. It will be interesting to see exactly what decision he arrives at. An indirect free kick, a penalty. Let's see what happens now, because clearly there was foot up by Jacob Amu Mensah on Abubakar.
It was clumsy, just look at that, but right on the line. I think he sided with the referee right on the line, and you know, it was very, very clumsy challenge there. You don't move your foot up. Yeah, he moves it up. In that area, you're not supposed to go with the foot, and he does. And you could see Abubakar, he was just calling for it. He knew that challenge would be coming, even though it missed. I think it was just a fair
And it's
call.
interesting, the decision is outside of the box.
Yeah, I was right on the line. Once it's not in the box, it's not a penalty yet. I think referee Moro just knew it. He knew it when he whistled for the foul.
Any tension in this game here at the Golden City Park? Medeama have a free kick to defend after Jacob Abu Mansour's foul on Saidu Abubakar. Free kick, Berekum Chelsea.
It's been spirited from them in the first 3 minutes, and all they have to do now is to just put the back ball at the back of the net. At least that could give them some cushion.
Free kick Chelsea. There's Oxbourne, Augustin Hene, all of them right behind it. And I've seen Benjamin Abedu try to whisper something into the ears of Oxbourne. Free kick Chelsea. Hene steps forward. Augustin Hene bends slow and saved by Che. Marvin Owusu's spectacular. Doesn't yield any results as Mano Mante gets it away from Medeama. The stakes are very much high in this game, Josiah.
It is for both sides, but then look at that again. It was Che. He just had his eyes on the ball, and the wall did a perfect job. He had to bend it around the wall, but Che just going down in time to save that. He mentioned the stakes being high. It's just so high for either side.
Here is Mano Mante. He finds Derek Forjo. He's got Abedu to confront. Forjo is a disappointing cross from Derek Forjo. He ends up out for a goal kick to Berekum Chelsea. We've done 5 minutes at the Golden City Park, and it's already a tense action we're witnessing here.
It would, and we should expect nothing less than the next 84 minutes plus added on time in both halves. It should be, electric blockbuster from both sides, especially seeing the state of Berekum Chelsea now in the drop zone and then also losing the player. It's not really been okay with them, and like I said, that's what they need to do now. You need to win, move away from the danger zone and then put some smiles back on your faces.
Most of the fans here are clad in red headgears, showing they're still mourning their beloved Dominic Frimpong, who was buried in his hometown in Asin a week ago. Here is Oxbourne. Good play. It's a foul just outside the box. Berekum Chelsea have a free kick, and it's the danger man, Prince Anani, causing a lot of problems for the Medeama defense very early in this game, Josiah.
Already, they're making good use of the half spaces. They are bringing, their wingers into the game, and that's Anani. Just tears away from Sulemana. You could see that tackle from Jack Basu, but he needs little space to operate. That's what he wants. He just gets that space. But then there was Jack Basu taxing the leg there. Already it looks like it's been Chelsea from the get-go. It's just been them. They've really, really taken the game to
They are
Medeama.
not in a very good place, Berekum Chelsea. They currently lie 16th on the league log, with relegation staring at them in the face. They have 35 points. If those points against Hull United are included, then they go up to 38 points and move away from the relegation zone. But as it stands now, they are 16th and 35 points. Another free kick for Chelsea. Oxbourne is there, Augustin Hene is there. It will be Augustin Hene. He swings one straight into the wall. Forjo goes down from the challenge of Samuel Tinedu. Free kick for Medeama.
Yeah, Chelsea, they've made sure that they've cut all supplies to the wingers. That was that ball. It was Tinedu, a bit of a nudge on the back of Forjo, who's dropping deeper now. We've not really seen the fullbacks, Yao and that also Fatal Sulemana, bump forward like they used to.
Forjo, now Yao say. Abedu wins possession for Chelsea. Augustin Hene had to get that one away as Tinedu gets it to Seidu. It's cleared by Amu Mensah. Fojo flicks it on. Well defended by Chelsea. Here is Abedu. Good play from Abedu. Confident play from the winger. Now Jonah Atukwe goes down from the challenge of Yaose. Free kick Chelsea.
Yeah, they're taking the game to them now. And it's been so swift from Chelsea. You know, the short passes, interchanging of positions by the wingers. And again, it was Yaose, you know, who had to push forward a bit. We've not seen that press from Medeama already because of the high energy from Chelsea.
Another free kick for Chelsea. Yaose, the culprit once again. This time, it's a foul on Jonah Atukwe. Free kick for Berekum Chelsea.
And it's been a story so far. First 10 minutes, the narrative hasn't changed. Chelsea not just fighting for 3 points, but for their Premier League lives as well. It's really been everything. They've done everything right up until this point, and all they have to do now is to find the first goal, which has eluded them. They've created lots of chances already.
Abedu to take the free kick. He swings one in, away by Salim Adams. Only as far as Samo Tinedu. Tinedu swings one to the right-hand side. He's looking for the round of Kofi Mensah. Fatal Sulemana takes possession legitimately for Medeama. Here is Fojo. Now Kelvin Nkrumah down the left-hand side for the mauve and yellow. He's got the pace. And now Nkrumah goes in. He's pulled back. It's a foul for Medeama. He had to take that one for the team.
Yeah, he had to. And that's Kelvin Nkrumah we are talking about. Augustin Hene right behind him. Just have to pull him back. He knew it. He knew it. You just don't give him that space. You do that at your own peril. Just smelled that danger a bit faster and had to pull him back. And I think Imoro so far has been very, very lenient. Flashed a single card. We've seen some high foots up. You know, we've seen a couple lot. I think it's really been an entertaining game so far.
It's 10 minutes at the Golden City Park. Chelsea nil, Medeama nil. Outstanding match day 30 fixture here at the Golden City Park. You know, this particular week round of games had to be postponed because of the demise of Dominic Frimpong. And now Chelsea have the advantage. Here is Anane. He's got Sulemana to beat. He's won the throw in Anane.
At this point, you say he's fearless. He's been fearless. He's just taking the game, you know, to the defenders, and that's what defenders do not like. You know, a very direct player who has speed, has pace.
Fatal Sulemana to Kingsley Braye. Here is Braye. He's got Tinedu to beat. Braye still hangs on to possession. Now Kelvin Nkrumah comes into the picture with Salim calling. Salim falls to Mante. Lovely turn from Mante. Back to Jacob Amu Mensah. Medeama want to calm down the tempo of the game at this point because it's all been Chelsea in the last 10 minutes. Here is Mubarak Yusuf. Lovely touch by Salim Adams. Tries to pick out Kelvin Nkrumah. Chance for Medeama, and Kelvin Nkrumah puts Medeama in the lead here at the Golden City Park on 11 minutes. It's the mauve and yellow who have jumped into the lead. Brilliant pass from Salim Adams to pick out Kelvin Nkrumah, who just put the ball on the blind side of goalkeeper Eric Oforientry. Medeama's match for the Premier League title is on here at the Golden City Park. It's Chelsea nil, Medeama 1.
Yeah, that's against the run of play. That was just unexpected. It was just a moment of quality. Just one defense-splitting pass from Salim Adams. The defense just caught flat-footed there. And there's no way you're stopping this guy. There's no way you're stopping this chap. Just look at that pace. Just bolts away. And he had enough space to just tuck that away from the reach of Ofori. He's not going to save that. You can see a Mensah right behind him. But then he goes to everyone with that pace. But then it's all about that pass from Salim Adams. That was just world class from the midfielder.
Kelvin Nkrumah announcing his presence here at the Golden City Park with the opening goal. How does Chelsea respond? Abubakar to Abedu. Abedu swings in across. Easy catch by Felix Che. He was impeded and referee whistles for an infringement. There was contact from Marvin Owusu on the Medeama goalkeeper. Referee spots the infringement and he whistles for Felix Che to get the needed attention.
He should be fine, Felix Che, and they are just looking for that instant response. Berekum Chelsea, it's all been them from the blast of the whistle. They've done everything right. You know, bar that moment of brilliance from Salim Adams, who just had to slip that one through it. It was so seamless to Kelvin Nkrumah, who did the damage.
Here is Marvin Owusu for Berekum Chelsea charging forward. He switches to Jonah Atukwe, who has lost possession to Yaose. Yaose clears the ball away. Headed down by Oxbourne for a Medeama throw-in. Medeama have so far scored 14 away goals and considered 11. That Kelvin Nkrumah goal is the 14th of the season away from the TNA for the Mauve and Yellow. Here comes Salim Adams. Tinedu wins possession. Here is Oxbourne. Tinedu to Michael Ewuah-Mensah. Ewuah-Mensah has the ball now. Abubakar heads it down. Nobody is there for Chelsea. And now Augustin Hene. Abubakar is trying to find Mensah. Referee Imoro Osman flashes the first yellow card of the afternoon to Berekum Chelsea's Augustin Hene.
And there's still some time in this one, and you know, you'd always expect them to keep their calm, and that was just needless. That was just so needless, you know, from Augustin Hene, and that could slow him down from the remainder of this game. We've not really seen the best out of that partnership between himself and then also Tinedu in the heart of midfield from Berekum Chelsea.
We've just got past the half hour, quarter of an hour mark here. One goal for Medeama, and Hene gets into the books. The very first yellow card of the afternoon being flashed to the Berekum Chelsea midfielder, Augustin Hene. Amu Mensah has some complaints to referee Moro. He's unhappy about a tackle on him a while ago by Abubakar Saidu.
Yeah, it's not the only one unhappy. It looks like Samuel is also unhappy, you know, with that yellow card flashed to Hene. Atu had a word with him. When he knows how dangerous, you know, it could be with one of his key midfielders on a yellow card.
Nkrumah nearly stole possession to his advantage, but he finds Manuel Mante. Here is Fatau, now Kingsley Braye. Manuel Mante. Fatau. Kelvin Nkrumah loses possession. Tinedu gives it away. Here is Jacques Suba. Salim slips and is taken over by Jonah Atukwe. So many faulty passes. A lot of attention from both sets of players. They keep losing possession so cheaply. Oxbourne. Now Ewuah-Mensah to Kofi Mensah. Samuel Tinedu tries to find Anane. Fatau heads it down for Mante. Here is Kelvin Nkrumah, the goal scorer for Medeama. Mante to Nkrumah. He goes down. Referee says no foul against Mensah. Here is Abubakar Saidu. Marvin goes down, no foul. Here is Anane, sends in a cross. Jonah Atukwe is lurking. Here is Atukwe, squares one for Saidu Abubakar, and that's the equalizer. Abubakar Saidu draws parity for Berekum Chelsea. The foot hard for this equalizer. They deserve to be back in this game, Chelsea. It is Chelsea 1, Medeama 1. Abubakar Saidu, the goal scorer. Game on at the Golden City Park.
It's game on. They're playing with so much verve and energy at this point. And just look at that bravado with which they just have to control those balls. You know, in the penalty area. The first touch, a pleasant one. Moves a bit away from Abubakar. But he had to improvise. And just look at the number of touches they had. And that was some shambolic defending. No one closing him down. Picks out his teammate at the far post. Does well to get back to Abubakar. The first touch, not pleasant, not so good. But then the improvisation to hit that one beyond chair. Yet, they deserve this equalizer. They've been the better of the two sides from the blast of the whistle. And I think it was a well-worked goal. Sloppy defending, and they paid the price.
Credit to Jonah Atukwe for the calmness and the composure to pick out Abubakar Saidu, whose first touch aided him a second chance of hitting the ball past Felix Che. Is 1-1 at the Golden City Park here in Berekum. There's a foul against Jonah Atukwe on Yawose. 20 minutes here in Berekum. It's 1-1.
You talk about
Chelsea
tempo,
and Medeama.
It's the tempo of the game. It's quite overwhelming sometimes, especially when you see Chelsea on the ascendancy sometimes. We've not seen Medeama play like they played at the TNA a couple of days ago, when they beat Gold Stars by 2-0. Due to that change in system by Ibrahim Tanko, playing with wide men now and not going through the middle like he did with a 4-4-2 diamond. A lot has changed. They're not holding on to the ball anymore. But with no Medeama, we know the quality they have, in midfield and also in attack.
Here is Fatal Sulemana trying to pick out Mano Mante. Ball is cleared by Ewa Mensah for Medeama throw. Jacquasu's efforts going wide for a goal kick. He stepped up his game in the last couple of weeks. God knows Jacquasu in that midfield. Mind you, they are playing in the absence of Fuzi Taylor, who is on the bench. He was subbed off in the 2-0 win over Gold Stars last Sunday. And today, he's starting from the bench, Fuzi.
And Coach Ibrahim Tanko makes mention of the fact that, the 3 games remaining this season, remain so crucial for them, and it's just time for him to manage the minutes with most of his players. Some not really fully fit. You talk about Fuzi, and he's really had a torrid week headed into this particular game, and it comes as no surprise that he's on the bench today, but certainly he might call upon him if need be.
Well, Adanana for Sujiabo in Bechem. Dreams are up by 1-0 against Bechem United. Here's Ford, goes down. Nkrumah wins the free kick outside of the box on the left-hand side of Medeama's attack. It's a free kick for Medeama.
It was just a bad foul to give away. Nkrumah with that cheeky play, the nutmeg, and you could see the Chelsea players struggling to get that ball. That was Michael Iwaminsa, the culprit there. Well, we're talking about one of the most fearsome attackers, wingers in the league, and that's Kelvin Nkrumah, and I'm not surprised the yellow card was flashed.
Michael Iwaminsa, central defender for Berekum Chelsea, second player and a second Chelsea player to get the yellow card. They will be playing with extra caution from now on. Free kick for Medeama. Fatal Sulemana to take it. A rare moment where it's not Salim Adams taking this free kick.
Yeah, perhaps the angle wouldn't be way off for Salim Adams.
Sulemana swings one in. There's a header in by Amu Mensah, and it goes just over the bar for a goal kick. And Oforientry is furious with Sinedu for not challenging Amu Mensah on that header.
Yeah, he blames them for that first goal. He feels they should be doing better. You allow Amu to have a just clean sweep of that one. It was just uncontested. And if that ball had been lowered a bit, that would have been dangerous for them. That could have been the second goal conceded in just one half for Chelsea.
Augustin Hene. Abubakar Saidu finds Prince Anane. Here comes Prince Anane. He steps up against Fatal Sulemana. Brings him down. Free kick for Chelsea.
And he loves those 1v1 situations all the time. He just wants it. And, Fatal Sulemana just can't believe it. But, yeah, I think he gets at the wrong side of Prince Anane. Yeah, the first one was just not the right control. But there he puts his body in his way. And especially when you have the linesman and the referee on the same page, it becomes difficult to argue. At that point, there's no way he could talk himself out of it.
Free kick for Chelsea. Prince Anani and Benjamin Abedu line up to take. Anani has already scored 5 goals in this season's Premier League for Chelsea. By far their brightest spot in the season's league. 25 minutes, Chelsea have a free kick. Prince Anani goes low. He finds Marvin Owusu. Owusu wants to take on Yawase. Tries the cut back. Salim gets a touch on it. Yawase has got a chance to clear. He's pushed down by Abedu. Good decision by referee Imoro Osman.
And it's all about the energy now for Berekum Chelsea, especially the final third for them. With or without the ball, you just need, to ensure you halt that attack before it moves to, the second third. And there you could see 3 players over there. And I've not seen them press like they are today. Not in any game at all they've played here at the Golden City Park all season. They've really been playing with that extra shape, that extra energy, allowing them to win all the 50-50 balls.
Chelsea will have to deal with this knock on Augustin Hene by Kingsley Braye. Augustin is fine and better now. Mind you, he's already on a yellow card, so I'm not sure he'll be in a retaliatory mood, even if he wants to react after a tackle on him. Here is Yawase. Gives away possession. Now Jonah Atuke will take advantage. He comes up against Mubarak Yusuf. Marvin Owusu turns to Saidu Abubakar. He shoots and it's blocked by Amu Mensah. Yawase doesn't get his clearance right. Augustin Atuke. Here is Marvin Owusu with the killer that misses the post by inches. Very close for Marvin Owusu to have taken the lead for Chelsea.
Yeah, each passing chance, you just hear the scream from the crowd. And for a second, we all thought that had gone in. It was a lovely killer. Just uses that defender as a screen, just bends it around him. And we talk about the energy from Chelsea, and it keeps to be on the rise.
Here comes Jacob Amu Mensah. Now, God knows, Jakwasu, he gives the ball away to Abedu who gets to Tinedu. It's a brilliant turn by Tinedu, and the pass is perfect to Jonah Tukwe, who swings to the middle trying to find a whistle. Powerful header by Amu Mensah. Augustin Hene cleverly taps one on the right side for Mensah. Back to Augustin Hene. Dinks one looking for Prince Anane, but the flag goes up for offside against the Chelsea captain.
Yeah, it's the first time in the game we've seen the offside flag go up. That was against Anane again. They worked their way so perfectly there. You credit the Chelsea attack for putting Medeama, on their toes throughout the game. We've not seen that Medeama defense even rest for a split second. Just try taking the game to them through their wingers and then also their two forward men.
Jonah Tukwe's effort blocked by Mante. Now Salim tries to find Braye, but it's a clever header back by Oxbourne to his goalkeeper. Oforientry, who does well to pick out Abedu with a lovely pass. Now here comes Tinedu. That's some confident play from Tinedu, but he ends up gifting Medeama possession. Now Salim from Nkrumah's pass. Fojo makes the run. Now Derek Fojo. He's got a skill and pace. Kingsley Braye fails to deal with it. It's cut out well by Marvin Owusu. Medeama beat Chelsea by 2-1 in the first round of the league. Salim Adams scored in that game together with Jacob Amu Mensah. Faisal Shaibu was scorer for Chelsea. Here is Prince Anane. Marvin Owusu's effort is blocked by Fatal Sulemana. Abedu controls really well on his chest. Here is Tinedu. Goes for glory from a distance. Flicked away by Amu Mensah for a Chelsea corner.
Well, you ask your question, where has this Chelsea team been all season? With the way they're playing, you wonder how, they kept on losing game after game. And just look at that from a distance. It was Tinedu. There was no chance that you could see that flat Medeama defense. Just picking out no one at all, and he just decided to try his luck from that distance. But you would really enjoy Chelsea, with how they've played so far in this game. Barring that goal, they considered they barely put a foot wrong.
Jonah Tukwe to take the Berekum Chelsea corner. Atukwe bends one to the far post. Oxbourne's header goes outside for a goal kick here at the Golden City Park.
It's just fair to say we've not seen Chelsea at their best with the free kicks and then also the corner kicks, the set pieces. Not really seen them threaten Medeama with it.
Seen Chelsea's captain Anani go down after that corner was taken. Jonah Tukwe. We've seen some flashes of brilliance, but he's not really lived up to it, Jonah Tukwe, in the opening 32 minutes.
We've not seen much from him. Yeah, the pace now has been used to perfection, but on the right-hand side, we've seen more of Anane, who's really done so well. But you also credit Jonah Tukwe for the assist, to his attacker, who just got them the equalizer.
Berekum Chelsea anticipating early substitutions. I've seen the likes of Richard Osei, Charles Ajiman, Kluwe J, all warming up on the sidelines. Here is Mubarak Youssef, turns one in for Kingsley Braye. Salim heads it down. Mensah. Tinedu. The surprising Tinedu simply failed to make the mark at Kotoko, only to find his rhythm and rediscover himself in Berekum with Chelsea.
Yeah, well, it doesn't take away his quality as a player. He does what he does on a regular basis, and he does it so well.
Poor pass from Manuel Mante, trying to pick Kelvin and Chroma out.
You talk about a change in system, and we've not seen Brian in action quite a lot, especially playing as a low striker with Salim Adams playing in that hole. Seeing him with 1 assist already to, Kelvin and Nkrumah, but nothing exciting from Brian so far.
Anane, Marvin Owusu, Jonah Tukwe, Bakio Sito, Abedu. Abedu swings in across. Abubakar goes in with the header, but it's not connecting well. Great interception from Fatal Sulemana from that ball by Mensah. Now Medeama will turn defense into attack. Here comes Derek Forjo. He swapped wings with Kelvin and Nkrumah and now playing from the left-hand side. He's up against Oxbourne, swings in across, it's straight to Eric for re-entry.
And that's all they want now, Medeama. They're playing with 2 wide, players, very, very fast pacey as well. And once Chelsea manage to turn that ball over in the third half, then they expect that quick counter from Medeama Sporting Club. It's been so quick from them. They're not holding on to the ball more. We've seen Chelsea rather dictating the pace and Medeama rather hitting them on the break.
Berekum United have equalized at the Nana for Suji Abo against Dreams FC. It's Berekum United 1, Dreams 1 in another game that can define the relegation battle. Kingsley Braye up against Ewa Mensah. All the way back to Fatal Sulemana. Felix Cheito, Amu Mensah. Salim beat Tinedu to it, but referee Moro, there was a push on the part of Salim Adams on Samuel Tinedu, and Tinedu gets the advantage.
He's the one controlling affairs in the middle for Chelsea now. He feels there wasn't enough in it. Well, you could see that tagging there, Salim and his teammate Mante right there. You have Tinedu in between them. He's just a good playmaker.
Young Apostles are 2-0 up against Vision in Wenchi. Another game that has a big impact on who goes out to the first division next term.
And it's interesting how most of the games played across the various match centers have got a huge bearing on who goes down, later in the season, especially the one we have here.
Derek Forjo for Medeama onto the path of Manuel Mante. Back to Forjo. Sulemana wants it and he gets it. Manuel Mante, good 1-2 between Mante and Forjo, but flag goes up for offside against Derek Forjo.
He fails to time his run. Derek Forjo, very, very pacey there. I think the replay suggests otherwise. He's just lightning quick as a winger. Forjo, he can count a handful of defenders who would always want to contest a 1v1 with him.
Yes, certainly that's a foul on Anani. There was a big push on him by Fatal Sulemana. And Fatal has gotten himself injured in the process. So there we go. Just a push on his back and he falls down heavily and awkwardly, Fatal. Chelsea free kick. Henry takes it. Flicked on by Oxbourne. Whacked away by Mante. And that's a clumsy challenge on Ewua Mensah by Kingsley Braye. Referee Dr. Imoro Osman has reached his pocket. It's a yellow card to Kingsley Braye for that challenge on Michael Ewua Mensah.
Yeah, and Ibrahim Tako will be fuming. He'll be very disappointed. We've not really seen, quite a lot from Kingsley Braye in attack, but to give away this foul and then also a yellow card, just look at that. Ewua just attempt to clear that one. Just comes into contact with him.
Braye gets a yellow card for that rash challenge on the Chelsea centre-back. These fans have turned up very impressively this afternoon, knowing very well that their survival chances very much depend on the outcome of this game.
Yeah, and if you talk about the stakes being high, they understand it. Literally, they know what it means to win in today's game. And like you rightly mentioned, those 3 points in that game against Hohoi will certainly add up to it. But they need the points now. It's imminent. And I think they need the support of the fans as well. And I've just been wowed by what I've seen this afternoon here in a midweek fixture at the Golden City Park.
Here is Anane, disappointing from the captain. So, some information out there indicates that the Berekum Chelsea board and management decided to open the gates free for fans to turn up in their numbers. One, in solidarity with Dominic Frimpong in a way to honor him, and also to show how important this game is for them as they hope to stay in the Premier League for another season. Ball across the line and for Joe. Clearly can't question referee Imoro for that decision.
Well, he's had no support at the left-hand side of attack for Medeama. Today we've not really seen Fatal Suleiman pop for it. Like in the last game on Sunday against Coast Stars, where he had acres of space to roam and operate in.
Jakasu. Suleimana sends in across. Braye controls. Referee whistles. Claims there was a handball against Braye. Braye surprised.
Yeah, clearly just controls that with his arm.
Very dangerous tackle by Yao Osei on Anani. Yao Osei gets the yellow card for that challenge on Prince Anani.
Yeah, again, it would see so much force from the right back on a Berekum Chelsea winger. Again, it's a matchup we're really severing, but for the defender to be on a yellow card, I think it wouldn't bode well for him.
Some 3 minutes away from the break here in Berekum. It's 1-1 between Chelsea and Medeama. Medeama stunned Chelsea with the opening goal by Kelvin Nkrumah, only for Seydou Abubakar to equalize. Here is Kelvin Nkrumah, the Medeama goal scorer. He finds Manuel Mante. Squeezes one for Kingsley Braye. Another bad challenge on Prince Anani. Braye is already on a yellow. Another card will mean Braye is going off. I think Imoro might be charitable.
Yeah, he would. Brian already flee the scene, but he's been called back by Imoro, and that's more like a wrestling challenge. Or just look at that. Just wondering what he was just thinking. There was no way he was winning that ball. And just look at that. Just clips him, knowing very well that he's on the yellow card.
And Imoro has been merciful on Kingsley Braye.
When you have the protest from the Chelsea players, asking for that second yellow. Perhaps the frustration with Braye just so obvious now.
Here is Jack Basu to Fojo. Now Fatal. Amu Mensah picks out Salim Adams. He's been quiet in the last 8 to 10 minutes. We've hit the 45th minute mark and we're doing 2 additional minutes. Chelsea 1, Medeama 1 at the Golden City Park in Berekum. Confirmation of additional minutes by 4th referee Maxwell Hansen. Here is Mubarak Yusuf. Now Kelvin Nkrumah swings in across, away by Mensah. Now Jack Basu. Marvin Owusu gives it away. Nkrumah go all the way back to his goalkeeper Felix Che. Here is Kelvin Nkrumah, goes past Oxbourne. He's got Yao Se on his right. He goes into the middle and finds Braye. His effort is blocked by Ewa Mensah. Here is Seydou Abubakar. Jonah Atukwe goes past Sulemana. Here is Jonah Atukwe. Slows down a bit. He wants support, obviously. And he finds it in Mensah. Heavy touch by the right back. Medeama will take over. And it's a free kick. Foul against the Chelsea right back, Mensah.
It's the easiest free kick I've seen the referee give away. You can see the frustration on the part of Sabo Buedu. It was a simple attacking move that could have ended, maybe in a half chance for them right before the whistle goes, and he just, squandered that.
Dr. Imoro Osman whistles to bring the first half to an end here at the Golden City Park in Berekum. Medeama were the first to score through Kelvin Nkrumah, but Chelsea responded and got that equalizer through Abubakar Seydou. Chelsea slightly on top of this game, taking it to Medeama right from the onset. Medeama warmed themselves into the game and it became balanced from that equalizer. Medeama have 56% of possession against Chelsea's 44, with 2 shots on target, 1 corner for the home side, 2 yellow cards apiece. Half-time at the Golden City Park in Berekum. Outstanding matchday 30 fixture here. It is Berekum Chelsea 1, Medeama Sporting Club 1.
An interesting first 45 minutes here at the Golden City Park. It's 1-1 between Berekum Chelsea and Medeama. And it was Medeama that took the lead and Berekum Chelsea came back to equalize. So more to play for in the second half. But I've been joined by the assistant coach of Medeama, Pius Gura. Pius, it's 1-0 at the moment. You scored an early goal, but it was Berekum Chelsea who were on the front foot. Your pass has been sloppy as well. What is actually accounting for that?
Yeah, so I think, like you said, we had an early goal, but then it's rather unfortunate. I think we just gave it a simple goal like that. But I believe, like you're saying, we're not getting the pattern well because of the nature of the pitch. But then I think notwithstanding the fact that we also have to play, we have to manage how it is and then play. So as we're going for the recess, we're going to, adapt to our strategy and then see how we can best solve this situation.
What should change from you? Is it the system or personnel that needs to change?
Well, it's mentality and then character.
Well, let's see what happens in the second 45 minutes. Pius Gura, he is the assistant coach of Medeama. I've been joined by the team officer of Berekum Chelsea, Emmanuel Nkrumah as well. I mean, you started well, but you conceded and came back strongly. It looks like the mentality of the team for this game is up there.
Yeah, we came in stronger. We started it well, and then they had their goal, but we have equalized. Still, we have to prove a point that we have to win this game. So we are going to do everything possible to win this game. The game is not easy, but still we have to prove that we are Berekum Chelsea, and we are going to win this game.
You have been on the ascendancy in terms of ball possession and passing. What needs to change in the second half if you want to win this game?
No, today we are not even possessing more because we want to score goals, so we don't need to possess. We have to do more attacking football so that we can score goals. No, we need goals, not even a goal. We need goals, so we have to play more in attack. Then we win.
Well, let's see what happens in the second 45 minutes. Emmanuel Nkrumah, team officer for Berekum Chelsea. Currently, it's 1-1 here at the Golden City Park. Interesting game. And Jeffrey Asari will be joining me to analyze that first 45 minutes. We'll be right back.
In the heart of Ghana, a nation rich with natural resources and vibrant culture, lies the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, a beacon of excellence in the energy sector. For over 40 years since its creation, GNPC has committed to its mandate of developing Ghana's own petroleum resources to support the provision of adequate and reliable supply of petroleum products and reduce the country's dependence on
League on TV3 and on Nuya TV. Jeffrey Asari has joined me. Jeffrey, whenever you hear the people of Berekum shout, BA, you know that they've equalized.
Of course.
This was a proper first 45 minutes to play.
Yes, a proper first 45 minutes for Berekum Chelsea, who from the blast of the whistle display the intention why they are here, to play with intensity, pile on the pressure, be quick, move the ball quicker, have great movement off the ball, make sure that they are treading the passes with precision, get Medeama to yield to that, and then exploit opportunities. And you saw that the first minute, you saw Mubarak bringing down Prince Anani.
It looks like Medeama started very jittery, committing a lot of fouls in and around the penalty area.
Yes.
Mubarak Yusuf, as early as the third minute, committed a foul.
And that elated Prince Anani. That is what he wants. Then the corner kick from Benjamin Abedu. You have goalkeeper Felix Che coming in. Then, unfortunately, you have a situation where Jacob Mensah also went in for Seydou Abubakar. That resulted in a foul. Augustine Hene took the free kick, but once again, Felix Che was there. And then, once again, Prince Anani had to draw a foul from Jakpasu. You understand? Now, clearly, the Medeama players were just putting in foot without intelligence, without proper positioning. You understand me? So they were drawing needless foul. And that is what Berekum Chelsea needed, because they need those fouls to create free kick and create panic so that they can get an opportunity to take advantage
panic, but it was against the round of play that Medeama scored. That exquisite pass from Salim Adams, getting his second assist of the season, and Kelvin Nkrumah slotting the ball into the net to give Medeama the lead.
Well, I mean, once again, if we want to talk about that young man, I mean, we'll be continuously talking about so many adjectives. That is what he stands for. That is why he's the difference maker when it comes to the midfield players in this league. I mean, the pass was with brilliance, technical ability, great vision, and precision. And he just laid it. And what Kevin has to do was to make sure plays at the blind side of goalkeeper Eriko Forientry. Brilliant. But once again, trust Chelsea. They bounced back again. They were still pushing. Prince Anani was Madale boy. Prince Anani, Hene, Jonas Atukwe, and the moment came. Jonas Atukwe now to Seydou, and then they go. Even when they equalize, look at that wonderful piece of work from Marvin Owusu. That excellent bang that missed narrowly. And then came the moment where Owusu fell, and then Seydou Abubakar had opportunity, but he had a missed header. So the first 45 minutes, Berekum Chelsea created a lot more chances. They could have been up by 2 or 3 goals by the first 45 minutes. And Medeama, really, defensively, the structure, the midfield play was not there. It's below the standard that they've set so far. And the number of yellow cards that they attracted, I thought that the cards themselves were needless. Kingsley Brahe's one, Yawase one, you understand me? I mean, they need to make sure that they are disciplined, they are focused, and then they make sure they play compact. They were not closing down Chelsea well. They were not closing down 50-50 balls. They were not winning. They were giving Chelsea too much space and gap to exploit. That is not how champions play. They must live up to the championship staff performance. But look, Berekum Chelsea have been brilliant. They've been aggressive. They've been quick. And everything is about Prince Anani. He's the chief orchestrator, making sure that he's piling pressure on the defense, giving them a good run for their money, making sure that they make mistakes that enable Chelsea to get opportunities.
But there's something interesting about this Chelsea team. Even though they went down as early as the 11th minute, the shape did not change.
No.
And they went on to get the equalizer. Abubakar Seydou poking the ball. It was just as if he just needed to poke the ball past goalkeeper Felix Che. But it was hard work from Berekum Chelsea from minute 1.
Because they knew that with the effort they are putting in, the shift or work the players are putting together, it's a function of time. Yeah, they are down by a goal today, but they have to keep on doing what they know how to do best. That's what the coach has taught them to do. Keep on putting the pressure. They know they will use. They know this park very well. They know this park. This is their favorite pitch. They know how to play the ball. They know how to control the game. They did that very well, consistently putting the pressure. And the opportunity came. Jonas Atukwe to Seydou Abubakar, there was a goal. And even beyond that, they had 2 clear opportunities. Marvin Owusu, the bend that missed, and then Seydou Abubakar missed that. So they be consistent in piling the pressure, creating opportunity. Look, Prince Anani had drawn a foul from Yusuf Abubakar, had drawn a foul for Jakpa, so had drawn a foul from Fatah Sulemana. So he's darting left, right, through the middle. He's everywhere. That's a mark of a leader and a captain. That today's game, I, the captain, must lead by example on the performance of the pitch, and it was a delight to watch.
Of course, but this is not the only game that is being played in match day 30. Other games are currently ongoing. I'm sure the results here is one that would interest people in Bebiani, because currently Gold Stars are leading Samatex by 2-0, and that is a big one. And I know that Swedro All Blacks are also leading in their game. So, I mean, results that people in Bebiani would be happy about, especially keeping an eye on what is happening here.
Well, Bebiani's game is not important to them because they don't win. The most important game for Bebiani is this. Bebiani Gold Stars' only result they want from this venue is Medeama losing. Because then that will enable them to cut the points to 2. You understand me? And now let's go all out. Let's see what happens. So for them, even though they are leading by 2 goals, they are not excited because of the result here. They don't want it to even end in a draw. They want Medeama to lose. But we have a next 45 minutes to see how thrilling next 45 minutes will be, how Medeama will approach the second half, and whether Chelsea will continue the momentum with the intensity and aggressive and ability to exploit the weaknesses in the Medeama defense as exhibited in the first 45
From what
minutes.
you've seen in the first 45 minutes, what should either side do to ensure they carry the day? Start with Berekum Chelsea.
They have to continue the consistency of the aggressive play, especially the dirty movement of Prince Anani, moving left, right, through the middle. And Hene, they must push. They must learn to bet. They've had several chances. They must learn to convert.
And what about Medeama?
Medeama, Fuzi Taylor, Abdul Salam must come in the game.
Fuzi Taylor, Abdul Salam must come in. That is what Jeffrey Asari is saying. But as it stands, it's 1-1 here at the Berekum Golden City Park, and second half will be coming up shortly. Officials and players are out, and the second half will begin shortly. So back to our team of commentators, Nana Dakwajesi and Josiah Kokri. See you after the second half.
In the heart of Ghana, a nation rich with natural resources and vibrant culture, lies the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, a beacon of excellence in the energy sector. For over 40 years since its creation, GNPC has committed to its mandate of developing Ghana's own
and Saidu Abubakar equalized, who played really well. The former champions and league leaders, a good run for their money in the first half. Medeama will be hoping to step up a bit higher in the second half, with Chelsea aiming to get the goal that will get the maximum points here at their fortress in Berekum. First goal kick of the second half. Ofori entry gets it away for Chelsea. Yalsei to take the throw in. Jack Pasu comes up worse after that collision with Augustine Henny.
Yeah, well, that was the ball. Henny just leaping to get to it, but in that process, that left elbow there, I think it just tips, Jack Pasu in the face a bit. So much impact though, but you never know. But I think Jack Pasu still remains on the turf.
Last season, Berekum Chelsea had a double over Medeama in the Premier League. They beat them 2-1 in Takwa with goals coming from Vincent Kluwe and Patrick Ensu. And Kingsley Braye, who is in this game, scored in that fixture at the TNA. And at the Golden City Park on March the 17th, Chelsea beat Medeama at this venue by 2-1. Guess who scored? Now FC Smoa striker and former Chelsea attacker Stephen Amankuna, and then now Asante Kotoko defender Zakaria Fuseni. Mubarak Yusuf scored for Medeama in that game. Yao said to take the free kick. He swings one in. Salim heads it down. Amu Mensah with a missed kick. Poor clearance by Ewa Mensah. Here is Salim Adams. Fouled by Abubakar Saidu. Free kick for Medeama.
Yeah, twice he attempted the nutmeg. Second time lucky for Salim Adams. The first one just couldn't go through, but the second one he gets it cleanly. You could see the pull there by the goal scorer.
Berekum Chelsea have a former player of theirs, Kelvin Obin, coming in the game for Medeama. Salam goes in together with Kelvin Obin. They take the places of Derek Forjo and Kingsley Braye respectively. Kelvin Obin had a good time during his spell here in Berekum with Chelsea before joining Aduana, and then subsequently Medeama at the start of the second half of the season.
Yeah, they're still watching this game and they feel there's a chance to bag all maximum points.
Obin was actually injured. He got operated on. It's an awful one from Salim Adams. That's very much unlike Salim.
It's not the range, a bit far away. You could see the proximity between where the ball lied and then also the goalpost. But he scored from even wider ranges. We saw that one in Tema against Vision where he scored for about 45 yards out.
Kennedy Mensah looking for Saidu Abubakar, and Jacob Amu Mensah is first to the ball. There's a challenge on Salim Adams by Kennedy Mensah, who is unhappy with the referee's call against him.
And referee Moro makes it clear, that outstretched elbow, and sometimes you just can't foul these players. To get that leap you want, you just need to extend it a bit. It's just normal, it's natural, it's a natural reaction. But, this time it looks like he attacks Adams, just didn't go in for that ball.
Here is Nkrumah. 5 minutes into second half football here at the Golden City Park. Chelsea 1, Medeama 1.
It looks like Medeama, after those 2 substitutions, they still keep their shape though, with Kelvin Nkrumah playing at the left-hand side, Abdul Salam playing through the middle, and then also Kelvin being to the right-hand side. So it doesn't look like the system has changed that much. It's just the personnel and how they might be attacking.
Benjamin Abedu. Augustine Hene. Aiming at Marvin Owusu. Headed down by Yaosei. Here is Jonah Atukwe. Now Tinedu loses the ball to Mante. Mante sprinting forward onto the left-hand side. Here comes Kelvin Nkrumah for Medeama. He's up against Michael Ewa-Mensah. Good defending from Ewa-Mensah. Pushed down by Nkrumah. Free kick Chelsea. Clever defending from Michael Ewa-Mensah.
Yeah, it was soft, and you can see that smile on his face, a bit cheeky there. He knew, that force would come from Nkrumah, who just lost the ball, casually there.
Tinedu. Atukwe. Amu Mensah allows Mubarak Yusuf to tidy up after he realized he was a shade late. Now Jonah Atukwe for Chelsea. Marvin Owusu look for space. Augustine Hene. Here is Kennedy Mensah, swings in across, chance for Chelsea, and Atukwe has headed over the bar for a goal kick. Big chance for Chelsea to have gone on with the second.
Hey, wondering how he missed that. It was served on the platter for him. He made a perfect run behind that Medeama defense. He was all alone, but you're wondering the kind of technique he had wanted to head that ball with. It was a lovely, sweet cross onto his path. Just no one marking him at all. He had space, he had time. But just look at that. Again, with the back of his head, I think. Perhaps it would have been 2-1 if that had fallen to Marvin Owusu or even Abubakar.
Some impressive Chelsea display here. Abedu. Marvin Owusu for Chelsea. Looking for the space to drive. Shot blocked by Amu Mensah. Here is Owusu again. Now Jonah Atukwe. Chance for Chelsea. Good defending by Medeama. Fatal Sulemana combining well with his captain to slow down the Chelsea move. And Fatal goes down from the challenge of Kennedy Mensah. Free kick for Medeama.
And they've been left off the hook. That was a sigh of relief for Medeama. It should have been 2-1 now. It's all Chelsea in the second half. Again, that was a foul, the nutmeg, and now it looks like the Medeama players are having fun. Just saw one from Salim Adams this time. It was Sulemana, but it was a big chance for Berekum Chelsea. So far, they've had so many touches in their Medeama box. And again, that important lead eluding them at this point.
Felix Chase delivery. Headed down by Ewa-Mensah. Referee Osmani Moro whistles and decision has gone against Abdul Salam.
Yeah, he had to. A no protest again from the player. He knows what he does. And it was quite an off-the-ball incident.
That's clumsy from Amu Mensah. It's so obvious. It's a silly foul to commit. And he's got himself to blame for that yellow card, Jacob Amu Mensah.
And now he becomes the third Medeama player to go into the referee's books again. A bit clumsy there. Just look at that. Just bumps into the player. And that was Abubakar Adams then. Just look at that.
No danger whatsoever in that area for Amu Mensah to have taken that risk. Very poor challenge that ends in a card. His colleagues are not happy he's taking the card.
Not at all. And together with Yawase, now that makes it 2 of the 4 defenders. And Medeama Kale is now in the referee's books. And you always talk about how it limits, the flow of some of these players. It doesn't allow them to play like they want to, especially for a defender who would be, launching into tackles and, going for aerial duels and all that. Just one little mistake, and if you don't take care, it could be a send-up for you.
It goes over the bar. Samuel Tinedu's effort.
Yeah, again, that's a typical Salim Adams range, but this time, force for Tinedu was not able to make good use of it.
Felix Chate's delivery. Flicked on by Kelvin Obin. Here is Augustin Henne for Chelsea. He's been impressive in that midfield for Chelsea, Augustin Henne. Abeidu looking for Atukwe. Headed down by Mubarak Yusuf. Here is Yaosei. Gets it further away. Salam has beaten Oxbourne to it. But it's some good defending from Michael Iwa-Mensah.
Yeah, and quickly he swaps positions with Kelvin Obin due to his pace. Something that Kelvin Obin doesn't really have, and is not playing as that number 7 down the right-hand side of attack.
Interesting substitution. Rich Saki, a known central defender, is coming in for God knows Jack Pasu, a box-to-box midfielder. Tanko maybe just want some solidity in the middle of the park and at the back to further strengthen his team in the remaining minutes of the second half.
Yeah, maybe he might not want to alter that 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3 formation, but he could also switch to a 3-back system depending on how the game goes.
Jonah Atukwe. Sulemana makes a mistake. Here is Anane, but Medeama defend well. Salim Adams, too much on that ball for Salam as he rose to for re-entry. Kennedy Mensah for Chelsea. Now Salim. Lovely ball to Kelvin Nkrumah. He's got the skill, the pace, and the confidence. Here is Nkrumah once again, twisting and turning around Kennedy Mensah. Kelvin Nkrumah tries to set up Salim. Back to Nkrumah. Tinedu for Chelsea. Looking for Marvin Owusu, but Yawase arrives first and allows the ball to roll outside for a throw into Medeama.
Yeah, we've seen Medeama also try the best, to move into those dangerous areas, the third half, through Kelvin Nkrumah. But it's been scrappy in midfield sometimes, not so smooth from both teams, and a bit bumpy at times. We saw that pass to Salim Adams where a good first touch would have really set up a golden opportunity for the midfielder.
It's a foul against Fatal Sulemana. Strong challenge on Prince Anane, the Chelsea's keeper.
Yeah, that was the ball again. A replay, you could see it again. Both players outstretching their arms, the elbow towards each other's faces, and you're wondering how it ended up like that. And I think that should have been a foul. And free kick awarded to Medeama. You could see Prince Anani just knowing clearly, Fatal just has that advantage, the height advantage.
Anani not paying attention on that occasion. Dreams FC back in the lead in Bechem. It's 2-1 against Bechem United. Razak Salifu scoring the second for Dreams on the 57th minute. But here at the Golden City Park, it's 60 minutes, and it's Chelsea 1, Medeama 1.
That wouldn't be a good result for either side. For Chelsea, they're still in the drop zone. You have Young Apostles in the lead. A couple of teams down there also leading their respective games. And for Medeama, they should be looking at goal stars now.
Atukwe switches to Marvin Owusu. Abedu arrives, sends in a cross. And Abubakar Saidu coming so close for his second on the afternoon. Comes up with a bandage head after that earlier injury.
Yeah, and that's doubtless from the striker. He just wants to go in for that ball. He knows it's a dangerous area. He knows Che has the space covered, but he doesn't care at this point. He just wants to tuck that one in. But it was a lovely cross from the left-hand side by Abedu. Just a bit low. Yeah, he might not just favor using his left foot, but no, at least it was a good try. A fearless one.
Poor control by Prince Anani again.
The last couple of balls to Prince Anani hasn't really been utilized so well. Saw one ball into space he failed, to get onto, and this time another simple ball for him to just control, try to create something, and it's not happened for him.
At the Swedro Sports Stadium, it's All Blacks 3, 11 Wonders 0. Bibiani Gold Stars leading Samatex by 2-0 at the Dance Park in Bibiani. Holy Stars leading Eduana 1-0. Young Apostles 2, Vision FC 0. Hearts of Lions 0, Nations FC 1 in Bando. Big surprise.
Yeah, it is a surprise, but if you look at the status quo in recent times, they've dropped crucial points there. Eduana gets in the 3 points there. You have Medeama getting the win over there as well. Gold Stars getting wind over there.
Matao with clearance, looking for Kelvin Obin. Ewa Mensah flicks it back to Ofori entry.
One thing that's been missing from the game for Medeama has been their press, and it's not really allowed them to win any balls in the offensive third. They've looked flat whenever Chelsea tried to play out from the back.
Mubarak Yusuf to take the Medeama free kick from his own area, sends one into Chelsea territory. Samuel Tinedu's clearance. Fatal traps it down for Kelvin Nkrumah. Saidu Abubakar Anani with a poor touch. Ball cleared into the Chelsea box by Fatal. Oxbourne. Tinedu looking for the run of Marvin Owusu. It's cleared by Yao Say. Well controlled by Salim Adams. Now Rich Saki is trying to pick out Ose, but it's clever defending from Kennedy Mensah. Chelsea hand possession to Medeama again. Here is Salim Adams. It's a long one and it's straight to Ofori entry.
Yeah, we're still more reaction in a bit of third now, where it's just like we said, a bit untidy, a bit scrappy, and I don't know if it's down to the nature of the pitch where it becomes a bit bumpy whenever a pass is played.
Medeama now resorting to kicking the ball up high into Chelsea's area.
It's something we don't really see them do, especially when they play at home. But you would say, yeah, maybe Chelsea would also love to play it that way. They are used to the pitch. It makes it easy for them, even though you can see it taking bubbles. It's so easy for them to pass the ball around.
Anani. Augustin Hene. So Prince Anani again. Goes past for Tau. Sends in a cross. Atukwe. Chance for Chelsea. And John Atukwe puts Berekum Chelsea into the lead here at the Golden City Park in Berekum. From a goal down, the Breebies have jumped into the lead. Courtesy Jonah Atukwe, and the fans have found their voices here at the Golden City Park. Wild jubilations. It's Chelsea 2, Medeama 1 on 65 minutes at the Golden City Park.
Breathtaking, absolutely breathtaking from Chelsea. They're showing so much hunger and desire. They've done everything right in this game. They've gone down, they've leveled up, they've come back to take the lead for the first time in this game. They've just done everything right, and you know, it's just overwhelming. You can see the stands rocking, and just look at that. Jonah Atukwe, the first start doesn't help him, but then again he finds some luck. The ball just right behind him, it falls right in front of him, but then it's all the hard work from Anani from the right hand side. The initial shot being cleared, you can see the not being cleared properly, but then he just had to take it for a second time. Just look at that with a left foot down the left hand side, no chance for Felix Shea. There's no way he's saving that, but all credit to Anani.
Good connection by Jonah Atukwe on his left foot. It's a charged atmosphere here at the Golden City Park. They truly needed these fans. That's why they opened the gates free of charge for them to turn up, and they're rewarding them with some impressive display.
Yeah, they have to. You ask yourself, what's money compared to life? They needed that Premier League live. They needed to stay alive in the Premier League, and that's why they had to just open the floodgates for all these fans to troop in, and it's paying dividends for them. They wouldn't care what they're losing. What matters most is that they remain in the Premier League for the 2026-27 season.
Free kick for Medeama. Salim Adams line up forward. Salim goes for the short pass. Plan didn't work out to perfection.
Yeah, and I'm sure after the game, Ibrahim Tanko could tell you that this is one of the most difficult away games he's played this season. Nothing seems to be working out for him. It's so difficult now. You know, we saw just one moment of brilliance, and that was when we saw Salim Adams feed Calvin Nkrumah with that delightful pass, and since then, nothing has really gone for them.
Berekum Chelsea have won 9 games at the Golden City Park. Confirmation of Atukwe as the goal scorer. Chelsea have drawn 3 times and only lost 2 times at this venue, and they only lost to Asante Kotoko and Hardzavok, who beat them 2-0. Wayo and Hamza Issa scoring, and Kotoko also beat them 1-0 here. They've gone on to win 9 and drawn 3 times, and now the lead, Medeama, the league leaders, by 2-1 with some 22 minutes to go from the Golden City Park.
It's a deserved, lead they have here.
Abedu clears the ball away. Chelsea have won their last 4 home games and drawn 1. What it means is that out of 5, they've won 4 times and drawn once in their last 5 games. They've scored 18 goals at the Golden City Park so far this season and considered just 7 goals at this venue, Chelsea.
And this is the infamous Golden City Park. You remember the days where they used to play, in the CAF Champions League right on this turf.
Mano Mante with a drive cleared away by Mensah.
It used to be a fortress for them, and today you can feel the stadium back, to life again. You can feel it, every breath being taken, every sound here. I think it's one of the things that's really helped them, to overcome Medeama at this point.
Yao says throw into Mante. He gets the cross in. Pushing spotted by referee Osman Moro. Free kick for Medeama, and Salim disagrees. Surprised about the decision.
That's Rich Saki not so happy. Yeah, And I don't know, since he came on, it's not really been smooth for them. We saw him grappling to find his footing before that goal was scored, and that was it again. You could see Rich Saki right in the frame there, and you could see, just look at Amu, slips there, no chance at all. Every time they concede, you just look at the defenders, and it's just down to an awful defender. And yeah, they'll be doing it for him, obviously. They just have to do it for him.
"70 minutes at the Golden City Park in Berekum. Chelsea 2, Medeama 1. All to play for in the remaining 20 minutes. If the results in BBN stay same as Gold Stars cruise to that 2-0 win, and Medeama unable to equalize and even go on to win this game, their 5-point lead will be cut to 2, leading into match day 32 this weekend. The play against Holy Stars and Gold Stars will not be playing because Hoho United are no more in the Premier League. Interesting times ahead.
Nervy times, very nervy times there. I don't know, but you just don't write scripts like this.
Nkrumah, he invited the tackle, he wanted the foul, and Imoro Osman, the referee, has just given it.
Yeah, and that's why someone is fuming at this time. It happened right before him, right before Osman as well. And, to Buedu, that's no foul at all, but you could see, right, he was impeded there. And whenever you're dealing with Calvin Nkrumah, it's either you win it fair and square or you foul him.
Medeama coming up with 2 substitutions. Emmanuel Owusu and Prince Owusu coming in to replace Yao Osei and Calvin Nkrumah. Nkrumah scored the opening goal for Medeama. That goal seemed to have charged the Chelsea guys to turn up the heat on Medeama. Decent game for Nkrumah.
Not a bad game for the young chap.
Salim. Wayward effort from Salim. Salim Adams. So now let's get to the clarification of the number of goals Salim has scored this season. He scored 11 goals actually, but a lot of portals credited him with 12 goals because on that match day 1 fixture against Nations FC, Abdul Salam's goal was credited to him. They went on to win that game 2-1 after Emmanuel also had scored, but actually Salim has scored twice against Gold Stars, once against Chelsea, once us, twice against Vision, twice against Kotoko, 1 against Wonders, 1 against Bechim, 1 against Adriana, making it 11 goals for Salim Adams this season.
That's still an awful lot for a central midfielder.
Here is Salim. Effort is straight to Oforienchi.
And you're expecting, if you're Ibrahim Tanko, you're expecting that moment of magic again. What we saw in the 11th minute in this game, where he just had to, carve open the Chelsea defense with one lovely pass. We've not really seen that again.
Anani was a bit off color before that move ending that assist for the Chelsea second goal. He was about to be substituted by Buedu, but he was left in the game because he made that move. But here comes Medeama. Emmanuel Owusu can't pick out Prince Owusu. Abedu finds Augustin Hene. Hene finds Tinedu. Amu Mensah will take possession from Tinedu. Now Salim drives one from a distance onto the head of Ewa Mensah. And it's Oxbourne who got the final header, but Oforienchi can't keep that one. It's a corner to Medeama.
Yeah, at least that shot ends there with corner kick. It was from a distance here, right inside the center circle. He shoots that. He knows he has it, but you just question why they're not able to move the ball forward. It's been so difficult for them to advance the ball in the second half. We've not seen quite a lot, in the offensive third for Medeama, and perhaps that's why we've seen Salim shooting the balls from such long distances.
Corner for Medeama. Prince Owusu to take it for the mauve and yellow. Prince also bends one in. It's dicey, but it's punched away by Oforientry. Here is Salim Adams. Manuel Mante. Good ball to Prince Owusu. He's got Tinedu to beat. He turns and shoots. And he goes way over the bar for a goal kick. 75 minutes. Chelsea 2, Medeama 1.
And that's why they brought him in, Prince Owusu. Again, an off-the-ball incident there. But just look at the way you have numbers out the back for Berekum Chelsea. Yeah, at this point, they know that they have to defend with every single Berekum Chelsea player. And, you know, that's even making it more daunting for Medeama Sporting Club to break them down. There are numbers everywhere. You know, they are doubling up on every single Medeama attacker. And at that point, you don't even think Prince Owusu had very little space to finesse that one. There was nowhere he was going to get a clean hit or even just dive that one on target.
Vision FC have pulled one back. In Wenchi is Young Apostles 2, Vision 1. It's 2 goalless at the Accra Sports Stadium between Azabok and Karela. But look at that pass from Salim. Defense splitting, lovely control by Nkrumah, and a composed finish from the winger.
Yeah, and that was the second one as well. Well worked goal. They took their time. They had to do it right. And just look at that ball, you know, to find Jonah Tukwe at the far post. He does well to hang on, but then it was the finish for me. So, yeah, he had to make up for that awful first touch with a lovely finish.
Chelsea coming up with 2 substitutions. Vincent Klu Ejay and Richard Osei will go in for Anani. And then Samuel Tinedu. Anani will get a standing ovation and a round of applause from the fans.
He's worked the socks off.
He has. He has.
You know, he's really been a bull, you know, down the line for Berekum Chelsea. He's played with so much energy and speed.
Here is Vincent Klu Ejay, very skillful. He shoots into Mante. Kennedy Mensah's cross, header again. It's a brilliant save by Felix Che. Jonah Tukwe nearly handing Chelsea the 3rd goal, but for the sharp reflexes of Felix Che, it would have been 3-1. Good cross from Mensah. Lovely header by Atukwe.
Yeah, but he does well to get in front of the defender. He knows he's diminutive. Just look at that. And that was some lazy defending by Mubarak. Just unaware of who is just lurking around. And it was, you look at the height advantage, and Jonah Atukwe doesn't have it, but you know, he shows so much desire to win it. And just from the blind side of Mubarak. I think Che does well there. Does so well.
Owusu's delivery is a poor cross from Marvin Owusu. Medeama 56 points, 15 wins, 11 draws and 4 defeats. They've now scored 44 goals and conceded 22, Medeama. In 14 away games, Medeama have won 4 times and drawn 7 times. They've suffered just 3 defeats away. With 11 more minutes to go, their 4th away defeat is staring at them. Owusu with a through pass, but can't get to Salam. Too much on it. No precision on that ball for Salam.
Yeah, but it's the awareness to close him down, to close down the space. You know, so quick by the Chelsea defense. Now they are sniffing for any sign of danger just to react to.
Sake. Now Abeidu. Augustin Henne. Kennedy Mensah. Abubakar Saidu, late to the ball, final touch of Abu Mensah. 80 minutes, 10 more minutes to go. Chelsea leading Medeama 2-1 here in this high stakes encounter at the Golden City Park.
For Medeama, they'll be looking at this game and feeling, no, we've not done enough. You know, we've just not punched above our weight. Yeah, but you know, you also give credit to the Chelsea team for how they set up, how they played it. You know, it's all about the mindset, knowing that we don't want to go down. You know, there's a side that's tasted glory in this league, you know, about a decade before, and they understand what it means to play amongst the elite at the stage. They've done everything right in this game, and you know, if you're a fan of Berekum Chelsea, you do nothing but doff your hat off, you know, to these boys, and you ask them to repeat this in the next home game again, because they will want certainly more of the same.
Jonah Tukwe scored in that 2-1 win over Hearts of Lions. Give them maximum points. Will this goal hand Chelsea maximum points with some 8 more minutes to go here from the Golden City Park? (13 wins for Medeama, 13 wins for Chelsea, 6 draws, 30 goals scored by Medeama, in 32 scored by Chelsea in their overall meetings. Too close to call between these two.
It is. It's too tight. You know, then it comes down to the fine margins now to separate them. But I think for Coach Samuel Bwedu, perhaps he could have a good sleep in a long time. You know, today with that tactical masterclass, you know, where he's been able to outwit, you know, the position manager, you know, with his subs and everything, how this team has played.
Ewa Mensah with the clearance away. Now Jonah Tukwe controls, but Mubarak Yusuf will allow his goalkeeper Felix Che to come out for it. Mubarak accidentally bumped into Atukwe. Nothing deliberate in there by Mubarak Yusuf.
You know, it's so hard to judge when both players are in motion, you know, especially accelerating at this point. You could see what Jonah Tukwe was trying to do. He knows he would accelerate faster. It was just Mubarak putting his body in the way a bit. You know, knowing that if Jonah Tukwe should go past him, then you know, it could be trouble. But you feel Che was also there on alert to just deal with that one, just collect it.
Apostles extend their lead as 3-1 in Wenchi. Jacob Mensah. Vincent Klueje. He's so difficult to deal with. When he's in his elements, he's unplayable.
Yeah, it looks like he's gradually just warming himself into it. And at that point, he just didn't even hear the whistle go. You know, he's one of the players who was so quick, lightning fast, and you know, he accelerates at a very, very fast pace as well. You could see a tired Sulemana coming up against a very fresh, you know, Klueje.
Oforienchi's delivery, aiming at Abubakar Saidu. Amu Mensah wins it for Salim, who finds Iman No Owusu. Owusu and Hine in some very nasty exchanges. Not sure if we saw any of that.
No, not at all. It's just similar to what we saw between Mubarak and then also Jonah Tukwe. Just look at that, both players, and that's a bit nasty by, you know, Prince Owusu. So just trying to hit the player, but yeah, it starts there. And just look at that. No, come on. That's just wrong. That's just so wrong and unsportsmanlike from Emmanuel Owusu. We just try to hit him. And
highly unacceptable. If the referee sees it from what I've seen, he certainly gets into the books.
Yeah, of course. And you know that you would always need the benefit of the replay to see that. But I think Emmanuel Owusu should know better. He should be doing better.
Kelvin and Kroma stepping up for Medeama for that opener. But Chelsea, they were piling pressure in. At this point, Jonah Atukwe knew he couldn't score. It was only a cutback that could do. Poor first touch, but he aided him into a very good finish. Anani did great with this ball. Jonah Atukwe took his time on his left foot. Felix Che can only look on.
Yeah, and for a moment, that was an easy ball to clear. That was just an easy ball to clear. He just mistimes it, doesn't get anything on it, allowing it to bounce right in front of Jonah Atukwe, who would punish you, from that distance.
Substitutions: Marvin Owusu and Abubakar Saidu out for William Bediako and Kofi Amuzu Johnson. So Johnson in for Abubakar, score off that very, very important equalizer. Salim shoots and it flies away, way over the bar.
It's like about the fifth time we've seen him shoot from that range, and none of these shots have managed to even test Eric Ofoye and train post for Berekum Chelsea this afternoon. Just not his day, and he sum it up collectively, and I don't think they've done enough. Maybe they'll be looking at this game and feel, yeah, we didn't really do much, because it looks like Berekum Chelsea wanted it more than Medeama did.
'87 minutes. Slight showers already pouring down in Berekum. Richard Osei's delivery. William Bediako. He puts it behind Abedu, and it's left for Prince Owusu to chase. Owusu goes down from the challenge of Bediako. He needed to track back because he had given the ball away, Bediako William.
Yeah, at this point, you don't care how you bring down that player, you just have to bring him down, and that's what he does.
Abedu beats with Saki to it, and he's fouled by Saki. Free kick for Chelsea.
Yeah, and interesting to note that advanced role for Saki. He's just bumping forward. Now, we're thinking he would be, lined up in between Mubarak and then also Amu Mensah, but he's being given an advanced role. A bit defensively. We've seen him adding up to the numbers as Medeama desperately search for the equalizer.
Berekum Chelsea will next host Dreams FC here at the Golden City Park on match day 32. And Medeama will be away to Holy Stars. Jacob Amu Mensah. Clever play to Mante. Back to Mensah. He gives the ball away cheaply. William Bediako Hansen shows 5 minutes of additional time. Johnson's effort is straight to Che.
That was a bad effort from Johnson. That first ball to him just didn't really go the way he had wanted. He had to bring that one back into play. But that was a low, feeble shot. Medeama, they are just giving away too many fouls now. Just slowing the tempo for them. It's not really helping them for a team chasing the game.
Free kick taken. Sulemana heads it down. Here is Chloe J. He wants to take on Sulemana. Shows confidence, but heavy touch on that ball. Into the first minutes of the 5 additional minutes. Jonah Tukwe for Chelsea. He shoots from a distance. He takes the deflection of Rich Saki and it's a corner. Chelsea in the groove.
Yeah, and that's all down to the fact that Medeama Sport Club are just gifting them too many balls, too many errors, trying to play that ball infield. And, it just lands to Jonah Tukwe. Just decides to hit that one from a distance. And he nearly benefited from that, wicked deflection.
Jonah Tukwe swings in the corner, hooked away by Mubarak. Oxbourne. Johnson. Now Atukwe. Abeidu. Medeama in possession now. Emmanuel Owusu with a poor pass. It's stopped by Oxbourne. Gives it away, but Salim with a poor touch. Now Mante to Owusu. Mante. They hand possession to William Bediako. Free kick for Chelsea. She's ball in. We've done 3 minutes of the additional 5. We're into the final 2 minutes. Anywhere would do for Gaston Hene.
Yeah, since getting that yellow card, he's really been disciplined. Afterwards, he's really played so well. His partnership with Tine Duet. Interestingly, they've picked some interesting battles.
Felix Che call to action, but the danger is not completely out for Medeama. Here is Chloe J. Now Salim for board looking for Salam.
And Chelsea should be 3-1 up. By the quality of chances that they've created. We're dealing with advanced statistics that you'll be talking about the XG being more than 3 in this game. Seen some decent chances for to the attackers, and a 2-1, yeah, it's a win nonetheless, but I think if they had been clinical in front of goal, we should be looking at a 3-1, 4-1 scoreline in this game.
Final seconds of stoppage time. Medeama pushing for a late equalizer. Prince Owusu. Emmanuel Owusu. Rich Saki. Saki sends in a cross away by Oxbourne. Here is William Bediako, and referee Imoro Osman brings proceedings to an end here at the Golden City Park. The final whistle being greeted with so much excitement by the home faithful here. The Breebies back to winning ways. Survival chances very much alive. They came from a goal down after Kelvin and Nkrumah had put Medeama ahead. Saidu Abubakar grabbed the equalizer before the break. And back from recess, Jonah Atukwe got the much needed winner that hands Chelsea 3 maximum and precious points as an aim to keep their status in the Premier League. For Medeama, what this means is that their 5-point lead at the summit has been cut to 2 going into the round of 32 matches. It's full time here at the Golden City Park in Berekum. Berekum Chelsea 2, Medeama Sporting Club 1.
When the game ended here at the Berekum Golden City Park, the rains has started coming down. It ended 2-1 in favor of Berekum Chelsea, and this is a huge win for them as it actually increases their chances of actually moving away from the relegation zone. I've been joined by the head coach of Berekum Chelsea, Samuel Bodu. Coach, this is a massive win for you. First of all, how would you assess the performance of your boys this afternoon?
Thank you very much, and I'll thank the supporters of the Berekum and all the Berekum supporters around the globe. Then it was a very difficult game since, as you said, the Medeama was in the good shape. They are the league leaders, and we too, we are struggling at the back there. So we decided not to lose this match at all costs. We have to win this match so that we can lift ourselves up.
Of course. Now, 3 points here. Next 3 games will be crucial for you. How would you approach that one?
Yeah, we approach it at match after match. I know that with the next game, with the dreams, it won't be easy as well then. And we hope that with our boys, we have to correct 1 or 2 things so that when it comes to the Sunday, we need to win that match massively. Sorry.
Okay. Now, the fans say I should ask you a question. They're asking, why can't the boys produce this kind of performance every week?
Sometimes, the players in the first round, we were struggling. During the second round, we tried to beef up with 1 or 2 players, and we varied the tactics, and that helped us during the second round.
Coach, thank you very much, and we wish you the best in your subsequent games. Samuel Bodu, he is the head coach of Berekum Chelsea. They've won this afternoon by 2-1. Ibrahim Tanko will join me shortly. This is a massive win for Berekum Chelsea, and also changes the color of the title race. Ibrahim Tanko, head coach of Medeama, has joined me. Coach, commiseration to you, defeat on the road. What do you think went wrong this afternoon?
No, I think we made a lot of unusual mistakes, and in looking at the nature of the pitch, definitely the pitch did not help us. But nevertheless, I think I'll congratulate them, for winning.
This changes the complexion of the title race because Gold Stars won and they've cut the point back to 2. Does that put pressure on you and the boys?
No, I said it always. It's going to be a pressure till the last day. So let's concentrate on the next game.
Of course. Now, what needs to change going into the next game?
No, we just only lost this game. I think last 5 minutes we just lost only this one. So we don't have to panic. We have to go and look at the video and then correct our mistake to face the next game.
Wish you the very best in your subsequent games as well. Ibrahim Tanko, head coach of Medeama. Now, the most valuable player in today's game, Kofi Osborne, is also joining me. Kofi, the race actually ended. So let me just drop this one. You have one man of the match in today's game. What do you think accounted for your performance? Okay, what do you think affected your performance for you to perform this well?
Managers will be supporting me, Mame Bobono. Mechanic say, both teams were participating hardly. But we thank God I won man of the match. A player gave me pass to even to do whatever I did for you to saw me. So I would say it's by God.
Now, Adena performance we and put up and week in week out. We are who say and on a fast and performance near Stronko.
And the game we determined because you share league na position I dano. And yet, Anthony determined say by all means, the Berekum will from Bia. And I thank God say more choose me as man of the match. We were 22 even changes but thank God say more choose me man of the match.
All right. Yes, we that's it. Pan Ewa Hanum. Kofi, you better was say man of the match, most valuable player in today's game. Kofi Tenep Osborne. This is why we call it a wrap with today's show here at the Golden City Park. He ended 2-1 in favor of Berekum Chelsea against Medeama. That guess what? BBN Gold Stars also beat Samatex. So the 5-point lead prior to this game has been cut to 2 and the title race is still on. My name is Butalaya Akubu. See you for match day 32.